Let's just say it. You're tired of being the emotional punching bag. You're tired of overthinking texts, explaining your boundaries, replaying conversations in your head like they're on Netflix. You give people the benefit of the doubt and they give you the short end of the stick. You shrink so they feel comfortable. You stay quiet to keep the peace. And every time you think, maybe this time will be different, it's not. You feel too much. You react too fast. You carry too long. Here's what no one told you. You don't need to grow thicker skin. You need to stop handing people the knife they're using to cut you. This ends today. Because the version of you that walks into every room trying to prove something, gone. By the time we're done here, you'll be the one people don't know how to mess with. Not because you're mean, because you're untouchable. Let's build that. 1. You gave them the remote. The only reason people can hurt you is because you gave them access to the switch that controls your emotions. They don't make you feel anything. They just press buttons you left exposed. Every time you overthink a text, you're handing them the remote. Every time you bend your boundaries for someone's comfort, you're handing them the remote. Every time you let silence fester between you and someone who disrespected you, hoping they fix it first, you're handing them the damn remote. Here's the metaphor. You're a flat-screen TV with no password. Everyone who walks in gets to change the channel. Volume up, volume down, static, mute. And then you wonder why your piece feels so loud, distorted, or gone entirely. You've made your self-worth a group project. Every glance, every like, every delay in a response. It reprograms your mood. Stop. You are not someone else's emotional puppet. You are not a walking Wi-Fi signal waiting for others to connect and tell you who you are. Reframe. Just because they have an opinion doesn't mean it needs a seat in your head. Visualize it. Someone walks up to your house, knocks on the door. Without asking, you toss them the keys, your alarm code, and say, make yourself at home. That's what you're doing emotionally every time you let people decide how you feel. Strategy. Next time your chest tightens or your head spirals, pause and ask, is this my truth or someone else's projection? Then say it out loud if you need to. I don't take commands from this channel anymore. Because here's the truth. You can't be hurt by people you don't give emotional power to. Reclaim the damn remote, and change the station. 2. You're not the problem solver, you're the problem sponge. You absorb everything. Someone's mood shifts, you immediately check yourself. Someone sends a dry text, you assume you messed up. Someone's distant, you create an emotional crime scene in your head. But here's the hard truth. You've mistaken emotional self-sacrifice for empathy. You're not helping anyone. You're just bleeding out quietly. And worse, you're cleaning up messes you didn't even make. Metaphor. You're the emotional janitor, clocking in, mopping up, and getting no credit, no thanks, and no days off. You've trained yourself to scan the room for danger, and call it connection. To carry people's pain like it's your passport to being needed. But it's not. It's self-erasure dressed as compassion. Reframe. You can witness someone's storm without stepping into it. Strategy. When someone's off, stop asking, what did I do? And start asking, why do I think I'm always the reason? You are not a solution to someone's silence. You are not a bandage for their chaos. You are not the emotional landfill for their unresolved mess. Here's your power play. Hold space, but don't hold the weight. Support, but don't sacrifice. Care, but don't carry. Because once you stop absorbing everything, you finally get to feel yourself again. Unfiltered, undiluted, undistracted. That's where your clarity lives. And that's where nobody, not them, not their energy, not their drama can touch you. 3. You don't owe anyone emotional access. Let's get this straight. Just because someone had a front row seat in your life once, doesn't mean they get a season pass forever. They disappeared when it mattered. They breadcrumbed you. They made you question your standards, your voice, your gut. And then like clockwork, they came back. With a weak apology, with casual texts, with a tone like nothing ever happened. And you answered. You entertained it. You let them slide back in because you didn't want drama. But here's the savage truth. You weren't keeping the peace. You were renting out space in your soul at a discount. Metaphor time. Imagine you're a 5-star hotel, and you keep letting people crash in the lobby with dirty shoes, no reservation, and bad intentions. They don't value the room because you didn't make them earn the key. Reframe. Access to you isn't based on history. It's based on current behavior. You can love someone and still lock the door. You can care and still cut them off. You can be healing and still say, you don't get to interrupt this process. Strategy. Audit your emotional guest list. Who drains you? Who disrespects your boundaries? Who shows up only when they need something? Cool. They don't get in anymore. No long explanations. No emotional monologues. Just a quiet upgrade to your standards. And if they ask why, tell them this. Because I finally realized my peace is expensive, and you can't afford it. You don't owe access to anyone who treats your presence like a convenience. Protect your energy like it pays your bills, because in a world full of emotional freeloaders, the ones who know how to lock the gate, those are the ones nobody messes with. 4. Your silence isn't weakness, it's mastery. You think responding instantly makes you strong, that defending yourself in every argument proves your worth, that if you don't clap back, you're soft. But here's the truth. Power isn't loud. Power doesn't explain itself. Power doesn't chase noise. Silence isn't surrender. It's strategy. You think you win when you have the last word. Nah. You win when you don't even need a word. Because when you're unshakable, they can shout, blame, project, and you'll still be unmoved. Metaphor. You're a mountain. They're throwing pebbles. Let them throw. Let them perform. Let them bait. You stay still. You stay focused. You stay silent. Not because you're scared, but because you're done. Reframe. Silence is the sound of someone who finally stopped begging to be understood. Strategy. Next time they push your button, pause. Count backwards from 5. And ask yourself, does this deserve my energy, or does it deserve my exit? This isn't about emotional distance. This is about emotional discipline. They want chaos. Let them have it alone. You've got peace to protect, and if they call you cold, detached, arrogant, let them. That's what people say when they can no longer manipulate you. Because silence is when your power finally starts speaking for itself. 5. You are not for everybody. Stop trying to be you. Keep contorting yourself into shapes just to be liked. Tone it down here. Act chill there. Don't say that. It might make them uncomfortable. You treat your personality like a resume, and every room like an interview. But let's be honest. The more you try to be for everyone, the less you are for yourself. Here's the metaphor. You're a gourmet meal trying to make everyone happy, so you water it down, overcook it, and serve it cold. And no one enjoys it. Not even you. You think being liked means you're safe. It doesn't. It means you're invisible, because when you erase the edges that make you just to fit in, you don't belong anywhere. You just blend. Reframe. Not everyone deserves access to the unfiltered version of you, and the ones who can't handle it weren't meant to. You weren't built for wide appeal. You were built for depth, alignment, and real respect. Strategy. Start noticing where you shrink. Who makes you doubt your instincts? Who makes you rehearse before speaking? Then ask yourself, why am I begging to be tolerated when I could be thriving somewhere I'm celebrated? Let people misunderstand you. Let them call you too much, too direct, too confident. Good. You weren't put here to be manageable. You were put here to be undeniable. Because the most powerful thing you can do, be fully unapologetically you, and let the wrong people remove themselves. That's not a loss. That's alignment. And from here on out, you don't water yourself down. You raise the room or you walk out of it. 6. Let the version of you that got walked on, die. That old version of you. The one who let things slide, who swallowed pain for the sake of peace, who made excuses for people who showed you who they really were. They served their purpose, but their job is done. You don't need more healing. You need a burial. Metaphor. You're trying to run a marathon in shoes that don't fit anymore, and wondering why every step still hurts. Reframe. You don't owe the world the version of you they're used to. You owe yourself the version you haven't met yet. Strategy. Make a list. Everything that old you tolerated, write it down. Then write what next level you will never entertain again. That's your new standard. You're not cold. You're not harsh. You're evolving. And evolution always looks like rebellion to the ones who benefited from your silence. Let the old version rest. Because the new one, the one who commands respect with presence alone, they're ready. You're not hurt. You're becoming untouchable. You don't need revenge. You need detachment. You don't need to prove your worth. You need to protect it. You don't need everyone to like you. You need to like who you are when no one's watching. And now you do. Because this version of you doesn't flinch. This version doesn't beg, doesn't explain, doesn't chase. You set the tone. You choose the access. You carry peace like a weapon no one sees coming. Let them wonder why they can't trigger you, why they don't get the same version they used to manipulate. Because now you're untouchable. And trust me, they feel it. Now go move like it.